to Theo Trade. This is Don Kaufman. I'm doing a weekend edition here of our Theo video report. This is December 27th, 2015. It's the end of the year, the last trading week of the year. So we're going to do a couple of videos this week. You know, really kind of talking about let's plan for 2016. But before I do that, you know, there's not that much obviously going on in the marketplace in, you know, last week, this week. A lot of traders take some time off. It's kind of the unspoken market time off, if you will. And I'm going to kick it off today and this weekend. First, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about expected move, but then we're going to jump over and we're going to talk about scans. So something that isn't necessarily pertinent to the right here, right now, but I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about scans during this kind of weekend edition over here at Theo Trade. All right, so to kick it off, we are looking at the DC5s. There's 4 days left in these quarterlies. Those quarterlies take us what? Right to the end of the year. The expected move is some $29. That's $29 from where we currently are. So we've got an SPX sitting at about 2060. And again, this is SPX year to date. Oh, no better time to look at a year to date chart than at the end of the year. Why? What has the SPX done? Absolutely nothing, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking at a 0.14 return. 0.14. But if you owned the spiders, let's all be fair about this, because somebody inevitably owns the spiders. So if I bring up the spiders, if you actually own the spiders, they do pay a dividend. That dividend yield is about 2.36%. So if you added the dividend along with the spiders have returned, let's just call it zero year to date thus far, and you're making, you know, the dividend, okay, which is what, about 2.36%. Now you got to step back and think to yourself, wow, it's a little bit better than my CD did, because what did my CD pay? Nothing. Okay, or after fees, next to nothing. It's better than most of the hedge fund managers did this year. Oh, yeah, that's a sore spot over there. I guess only if you're, you know, Greenlight Capital. Different story entirely. But 2.36% ain't exactly getting it done. And think about the volatility you had to go through this year. Like in August, you're like, oh, you know, puking over that. Neither here nor there. Again, what I'm basically getting at is there's not a huge amount of volatility planned for this coming week. And again, in low volume, you can see markets move around and oscillate quite a bit. Okay? You can see them move quite a bit. However, it's volatility with not a lot of volume behind it. And when you get those low volume situations, and that's what we saw all of last week. If you take a look at this chart on the spiders here, you can see volume just completely dove down as the week progressed over there. Again, that happens to be the spiders. Neither here nor there. Again, kind of a light and choppy week. We're looking for ahead. And they always say, you know, don't short the boring market. Again, neither here nor there. There's some tax loss selling that could go on throughout the course of the week. You know, you're dressing your portfolio for the end of the quarter, so look for the idea of window dressing. What that means is stocks that perform well this quarter, portfolio managers might go out and buy those stocks that are performing well, sell the stocks that are not performing nearly as well. Okay, again, additionally, some tax loss selling. So what's performed well, you know, on a given quarter, you start to look at charts like, you know, an Amazon and some of the stocks, again, that have performed well all year continue to perform, all right, quarter after quarter. And I just brought up Amazon since it's at 115% return kind of year to date over there. Again, could this stock actually be influenced this coming week? Sure. When I say window dressing, again, dressing the portfolio, just adding Amazon to a particular portfolio to kind of dress it for the statements that are going to be mailed out. I'll talk a little bit more about that maybe tomorrow after the market opens up and kind of kicks off the week. But really, what I wanted to do in this Theo Trade kind of weekend edition is switch things up a little bit. I'm actually going to talk about scans, and I feel so strongly about this, and yes, I'm on Thinkorswim, and yes, I am a die-hard Thinkorswimmer. Okay, again, I worked there roughly since 2000. Here we are coming into 2016. I officially left TD Ameritrade in February of 2015. So it's been almost a year for me. It's almost my anniversary of leaving, and yet I haven't really left because maybe left working there, but I'm still on the trading application. And one thing I feel really strongly about, whether you're on Thinkorswim or not, is the ability to scan for whatever you're looking for. So let's just close up this left sidebar. We don't need no stinking quotes because they ain't even open. And when I look at the scanner, you're like, all right, so he's going to scan for something. No, really what I'm doing, okay, is rather than look at a chart, like, I've done so many videos about this, but charts have just become so passé. It's not that I am an anti-chartite. I think I'm always accused of that. People are like, yeah, you don't look at charts. You don't look at charts, Don. Okay? There's a reason I don't look at charts all day long. It is a waste of my time. Okay? One of the things that was discussed a decade ago at Thinkorswim was the idea that looking at charts was this incredible waste of time, and that the professional trading world had already gone out and they had built servers to just define anything that they were looking for. So again, when I say I've done a bunch of videos about this, I have, but in this context, what I'm saying is whatever you're looking for in a chart. Like I bring up Amazon over here. What am I looking for? I don't know. Could be peaking out. Could be finding highs. Might be rolling over. Maybe after the first of the year we get a little short Amazon, neither here nor there. But I could be looking for a MACD. I could be looking for some kind of crazy Bollinger Band, a stochastic, you name it. I can scan for it. So my question is to you, what are you looking for in charts? And whatever it is that you answer me, okay, you realize that you can build scans for it. Again, this is not solely to Thinkorswim. Lots of different trading applications can build a number of scans. Of course, I'm going to be more familiar with Thinkorswim. And even if you're, outside of the United States and can't necessarily get a Thinkorswim account, you can get on the paper trading side of things and play around with the scanner a little bit. But I'm going to take you through, and I'm going to give you a scan for Thinkorswim. And again, if you were not a Thinkorswim client, it's okay. Okay, I'll forgive you. It's okay. All right, you realize I can never leave, okay, because if I ever do leave TD Ameritrade and Thinkorswim, Don will end up in cement boots in the Chicago River. Yay! Anyway, it's still, hey, Chicago guys, they're very sensitive. I built what I call the TheoTrade Contrarian Scan. I'm just going to take you through it, and then I'm just going to share it with you. If you take a look at this Contrarian Scan, it says number 1, scan in weeklies. Okay, so I'm going to scan in particular lists. Now, I like to scan in weeklies. What does weeklies mean? Like, what does that really mean, weeklies? It's all the products that have weekly options listed on them. Now, the reason I do not scan in stuff like the S&P 500 is because the S&P 500 doesn't include stuff like the SPX. It doesn't include stuff like ETFs. So it's a little, little shy there of hitting all the products that I want to hit, because I like the ETFs, I like the SPX, I like, anything, okay, that's going to have weeklies on it. And if it doesn't have weeklies, I don't want to trade it. Okay, if it's not liquid and doesn't have weeklies, no, not going to trade it. I don't care what product you trade. I'll call everything a product, okay? Doesn't matter to me so long as that sucker is liquid. Liquidity is king. You trade something that's illiquid, you get it. Okay? When I say you get it, you're going to get hammered in there. Like you can't trade products with wide bid-offer spreads because there's no mathematical way over the duration to make money. And I don't care if you're right. 80% of the time, I am telling you, okay? 15 years experience at a brokerage firm, 2 years prior to that, trading in Chicago, you don't make money if you get into a marketplace with wide bid-offer spreads, even if you're right. Oh, we're going to have to do a whole video about liquidity. So I'm just going to write down that note right now. So look for some free videos on liquidity because Don is going to go nuts. Anyway, on the scan. I scan in the weeklies. Then I actually drop down to study filter. It says near highs and lows. So there's all kinds of scans in here. There's crazy stuff, price, performance, and stuff. I like this near highs and lows. within 2% of the 252 period high. Okay, and that's days. And then price change at least 3% greater than 10 bars ago, which means that the stock has actually increased 3%, okay, greater than 10 bars. Bars are defined as days. So not am I only looking something that's within 2% of a, 252-day high. 252 days is the number of days in a trading year. So I'm looking for within 2% of a one-year high, and I'm looking closes within 3%, okay, greater than 10 days previous. Then I just hit scan. It's a miracle. One stock comes up. Okay, maybe nothing comes up. I don't care. It's Contrarian Scan, and it's First Solar. And I can come over here, and I can go over there and click on Trade, and I'll bring up the trade on First Solar and look at its implied volatility, look at the option statistics, whatever it may be, fairly low IV percentile. Then I'll look at a chart and realize, wow, this thing just had this most amazing kind of breakout, possible over there. And it might be ripe for this contrarian play. And a contrarian play is getting bearish in this particular product. Now, what I want to do is, and what we're going to be doing here at TheoTrade, listen, it's a good scan. It's a good scan to start with if you're looking for contrarian trades, right? Contrarian means take the other side of the marketplace. I'm not telling you to go out and to short First Solar. But I am telling you, if you set up the right kind of spread, and that's the stuff that I'm going to be doing here at TheoTrade, setting up the right kind of spreads, okay, with the right, setup out there. And people talk about setups all day long. Listen, you want to find a setup, be consistent. Stop looking at the chart and go, well, I think it's in a breakout. It's, exploding to the upside. Yeah, but in the next month, what's the probability of this thing actually rolling over? And that's what a contrarian would look at. And you don't have to love the Contrarian Scan. People, I'm just getting started, okay? But I can take that scan, then I can save the scan query. I've already done that. I'm going to share it with you. And I'm going to create a link for sharing over here. So I'm going to leave this on my screen for a moment, but I'm also going to take this link and we're going to put it out to email. We'll put it out on YouTube and so forth. And it's tos.mx link. So it's tos.mx, and that's / capital F, lowercase p, capital S, lowercase t, lowercase n, lowercase e. All right. I'm going to copy that one, and I will post this exact link inside of the email that this goes out with, and we'll post it out on YouTube as well. So enjoy it. It is the Contrarians Scan out there. Thanks a lot, everybody, for joining us here at TheoTrade. Seriously, don't miss. 2016 is coming. Don't miss the rest of this week here at TheoTrade. You're going to have lots of stuff like I'm doing tonight. Have a good trading last week. Bye-bye.